You don't need words to capture his heart. There's a quiet, magnetic energy that keeps a man thinking about you day and night. It's like a secret only a few women truly master, a subtle strength that draws him in without a single word. In the art of building real, lasting connections, the deepest pull comes from what you hold back, not what you say. Many women, eager to be seen, fall into the trap of over-talking or chasing attention, pushing him away with words that feel forced. But imagine radiating a calm, confident vibe that speaks louder than any speech. Carl Jung, the renowned psychologist, taught that our true essence shines through gestures, glances, and silences, a language beyond words. When you embody this inner calm and authenticity, you become impossible to ignore. In this video, you'll discover the silent power that hooks him, how it sparks his curiosity, and simple steps to make this energy yours. If you've ever felt you give too much and get too little, or your efforts vanish in the noise, get ready to flip that dynamic. This isn't just about winning him over, it's about owning your worth, letting your presence shine through every look and pause. Master this, and he'll be captivated, even when you say nothing. 1. The trap many women fall into ***. When a woman likes a guy, it's natural to want to share her feelings, spell out her intentions, or show her care. But too often, this turns into a flood of words, over-explaining or even subtly begging for his attention. This habit, common as it is, can kill real attraction and stop a man from feeling a genuine spark. Why? Because when you talk too much to convince him, you send out a vibe of insecurity, not strength. Constant explanations signal you need his approval to feel worthy. That neediness, even if unspoken, shows in your tone, your eyes, your whole presence, and it pushes him away. Jung urged us to notice what we communicate without words, through our body, our pauses, our glances. When a woman keeps justifying herself, she's unconsciously trying to fill an inner void with his validation. To a man, this feels heavy, not attractive, because it screams emotional need instead of confidence. Filling every quiet moment with words strips away your mystery, and mystery is a huge driver of attraction. When you leave room for him to wonder, you spark his curiosity. He wants to dig deeper, to know more. But if you lay everything bare too soon, his interest fades. There's nothing left to explore, nothing to chase. The key isn't to be cold or distant, it's about balance. Speak authentically, but from a place of inner strength, not lack. Saying less doesn't mean hiding your feelings. It means choosing your words with care so your energy stays strong and magnetic. The woman who nails this doesn't try to prove herself with words. She just is, confident, grounded, and that pulls him in deeper than any speech. Her quiet vibe is powerful, her calm is captivating, and it makes him want to know her more while respecting the space she claims for herself. If you've ever poured your heart out and gotten silence in return, or felt like you're giving everything and getting nothing, it's time to rethink your approach. Let go of the fear of being misunderstood and trust the power of your quiet presence. Real attraction doesn't come from piling on words. It comes from a vibe that's authentic and steady. Too many words push him away. Calm and mystery pull him in. A man doesn't want someone who talks non-stop. He wants a woman who speaks from her core, who knows when to stay quiet, and who values herself without needing his okay. That's how you not only catch his eye but stay in his mind, leaving him intrigued and touched by a vibe everyone feels but few understand. What is this quiet vibe? ***. This quiet vibe isn't just about keeping your mouth shut or dodging conversations. It's a way of being that goes beyond words, a steady, confident energy that radiates without fanfare. When a woman embodies this, she's like a magnet. She draws people in without trying because her power comes from within, not from what she says or does. Picture a woman who's at ease with herself, who doesn't need a guy's validation to feel whole. She doesn't cling to his reactions or chase his attention like it's her only shot. She's just there, calm, centered, with a peace that shows in her eyes, her stance, the way she moves through the world. Jung talked about individuation, becoming your true self, free from masks or societal pressures. That's the root of this quiet vibe. A woman who's done this inner work doesn't need to shout to be heard. This vibe isn't about hiding emotions or acting aloof. It's about feeling deeply but choosing how to express it. Instead of reacting on impulse, she responds with clarity and balance. She's not driven by fear of losing him because her worth doesn't depend on his approval. This vibe also shows in how she handles silence. She doesn't fear quiet moments. She embraces them as spaces for real connection. She doesn't need to fill every gap to keep him close. Her calm creates a space where he feels challenged and intrigued because not everything about her is laid bare. Psychologically, this is what drives attraction, not neediness, but respect and admiration. A woman at peace with herself radiates a strength that can't be faked. This vibe isn't just about catching a man's eye. It's a way of living that strengthens all your relationships, especially the one with yourself. When you build this inner calm, you become more authentic, less vulnerable to games or letdowns. Imagine the shift when you stop chasing attention and start drawing it because your presence alone invites it. When your worth isn't tied to his words or actions, but is a rock-solid truth within you, that's the quiet vibe. It's not about filling voids, it's about being whole and letting that shine. No words can match that power. 3. The strength of silent signals ***. We often overlook how much our body language speaks. But that's where the deepest connections happen. When you embrace this quiet vibe, it's not just silence that pulls him in, it's every glance, every move, every subtle signal you send without words. Jung taught that our unconscious spills out through our eyes, our gestures, the way we carry ourselves. These silent signals say more than any conversation. To truly own this vibe, you need to be aware of your body language and presence. Start with your eyes. It's not about staring intensely, it's about looking with authenticity, softness, and curiosity. A woman who gazes without fear or judgment radiates confidence. That look says, I'm here, I'm real, I don't need to prove anything. It sparks a connection he feels deep down. Then there's your smile, not a forced grin to please him, but a light, natural one that comes from inner ease. A subtle smile like that is magnetic because it's real, saying, I'm good with myself. It hits without a single word. Listening is another big piece. Real listening isn't waiting for your turn to talk, it's being fully present. When you listen without interrupting or judging, you send a message. I value what you're saying. That invites him to open up, feeling safe to be real with you. A gentle touch, a brief hand on his arm, can also say more than words, but only if it's natural, not calculated. It's an invitation to connect, not a push. Your voice matters too. A calm, steady tone, unhurried and clear, shows confidence. Avoid sharp or anxious tones. They can signal neediness. A balanced voice builds trust and closeness. And don't forget posture. Standing tall, owning your space without shrinking, screams self-worth. Relaxed shoulders, a lifted head, smooth movements. They all say, I'm at home in myself. These elements form a silent symphony he picks up on instinctively. This isn't about manipulation. It's about being real. When your body speaks from inner strength, attraction just happens. Ask yourself, what do your eyes say when he talks? Is your smile real or forced? Are you truly listening or just waiting to speak? Small shifts in these signals can change how he sees you. Your body language is the key to his unconscious, where the strongest feelings are born. This quiet vibe creates a space he wants to stay in, not because he has to, but because he's drawn to explore you layer by layer. That's why mastering this silent language matters, not just to catch him, but to build a deeper, more respectful connection. 4. Why this vibe works. Inside his mind ***. To get why this quiet vibe is so powerful, we need to peek into how men think. The way a man reacts to a woman who radiates calm and mystery isn't random. It's wired into his psychology. Men are drawn to what they can't fully predict or control. In a world where many women try to win him over with words or constant reassurance, a quiet, confident vibe stands out like a beacon. It's intriguing, magnetic. This silence creates a space his mind wants to fill with curiosity and desire. When you don't over-explain, he feels driven to learn more, to invest effort to know you. From Jung's view, a man's unconscious is pulled to what's not fully revealed. A woman who holds a bit of mystery, who doesn't need to prove herself with words, taps into an archetype of feminine allure tied to his instincts. Men also crave authenticity. This vibe isn't about playing hard to get, it's about being rooted in your own worth. When that energy shines through without words, he feels its realness, and that builds respect, the bedrock of any lasting connection. Men often fear losing control in the chase. When you're not overly available or needy, he's pushed to step up to earn your trust. This vibe keeps a balance between closeness and distance, holding his interest without giving everything away. Men don't always process emotions through words. They respond to visuals, gestures, feelings. Your calm vibe sends signals straight to his subconscious, sparking attraction and respect he can't quite explain. This also protects you from unhealthy dynamics like neediness or chasing. When you don't beg or cling, you create a connection born from freedom, not desperation, and that's magnetic. This vibe also triggers what I call controlled curiosity. When he doesn't know exactly how you'll react, he stays alert, noticing details, working harder to understand you. Your calm leaves room for his imagination to fill in the blanks. Plus, this vibe builds respect, not just in him but in you. When you act from inner peace, without fear of rejection, he respects you more, and you strengthen your own sense of worth. In short, this quiet vibe speaks to his deepest desires and respect. It's not a trick, it's a reflection of your inner value that doesn't need to shout to be heard. 5. How to live this vibe. Practical steps ***. Now that you know why this vibe works, how do you make it yours without seeming distant or fake? This isn't just about staying quiet, it's about connecting deeply with yourself and radiating confidence. Here's how to do it. First, talk less, listen more. We often feel the urge to fill silence with explanations or quick reactions, usually from insecurity. But when you hold back, you create a calm, intriguing aura that draws him in. Listen fully, don't interrupt or plan your response while he's talking. This shows you value his words and builds a rare, deep connection. Next, breathe before you reply. A single deep breath before speaking shows control and maturity. It gives off a vibe of sovereignty, keeping you from reacting impulsively or over-explaining. Embrace silence, too. Don't fear quiet moments. They're not awkward, they're powerful. Let silence be a space for connection, not something to fill. Show ease in your actions. A subtle smile, a soft glance, or a small gesture can say more than hours of talk. These signals show confidence and openness without needing words. To make this vibe stick, build your self-worth from within. This energy only shines when it's rooted in real self-love. Value yourself without needing his approval. Recognize your strengths, forgive your mistakes, and embrace yourself fully. Take care of your body, mind, and passions. Make time for your health, hobbies, friends, and growth. A full life radiates independence, and that's magnetic to men. Set clear boundaries and stick to them. This vibe doesn't mean being passive, it means knowing when to pull back from situations that don't serve you. Quiet, firm boundaries show self-respect and teach others how to treat you. No drama, just clarity. Most importantly, this vibe isn't a mask or a game. It's about being real with yourself and others. When you stop pretending to be liked, your energy shifts to a higher level, and that's what he can't let go of. In short, live this vibe by connecting with your core, letting your presence, eyes, and energy speak louder than fear-driven words. 6. What happens in his mind when you own this vibe? ***. When you embrace this quiet, magnetic vibe, it doesn't just change you. It shifts how he sees and feels you. His mind reacts strongly to subtle, deep signals more than to words or explanations. First, he gets curious. Your calm vibe makes him want to know more. You're not an open book, and that mystery pulls him in, sparking a desire to explore your world. This isn't shallow, it's a fascination with something real and unique. In a world where people overshare, a woman who holds back a little stands out, creating a constant pull in him. Second, he invests more. When you don't overtalk or seem desperate, he feels he has to earn your attention. This challenge boosts his interest and emotional connection. Your silence becomes a space he wants to stay in, pushing him to connect deeper because you show not everyone gets access to you. You're not filling an emotional gap or accepting just any behavior, and that makes him value you more, often sparking real admiration. Psychologically, your vibe triggers projection. He fills the gaps with his own desires and fantasies because you don't lay everything bare. This creates a strong emotional tie in his mind. When you stay true to this vibe, his respect grows. You're not someone chasing validation. You're a whole, self-loving woman, and that pushes him to step up, to be more mindful and real. Your calm also makes him reflect on his own feelings. Without your quick reactions or clear answers, he has to face himself. What do I feel? What do I want with her? This leads to more intentional choices from him. Your vibe changes the whole relationship dynamic. You're not open to manipulation or neediness. You're a woman who knows her worth, acting from her core, and that's what he can't let go of. It's not just attraction, it's a pull that challenges and moves him deeply. When you speak more through your presence than your words, he sees you as unique, someone he can't walk away from because you radiate something real and rare. Conclusion. Real allure doesn't come from shouting your feelings or spilling words. It's in the quiet energy you give off, the calm you hold, the power of your silence. When you embrace this centered vibe, you don't just change yourself, you change how he feels you. He starts chasing, respecting, thinking of you even when you're silent. You don't need to beg for love or explain yourself. Your calm, mysterious aura says more than 1,000 words. This energy shows you're a woman who knows her value and doesn't settle, and that's what drives him wild. Your power lies in owning your truth, staying grounded, and shining without fear or rush. Master this, and he won't just want to be with you, he'll cherish you in a deeper way. Have you ever felt the power of silence in your relationships? What shifts did you see in him? Drop it in the comments. Your story could inspire other women to embrace this game-changing vibe.